So, if we go back to our preseason game from last week, Falcons versus Bengals, Jordan Battle made a huge mistake in the game. It was a third down and long, and he went ahead and got a taunting call, which gave the Falcons a first down, and luckily did not result in any more than 3 points. Now, of course, they would have kicked a field goal anyway in that situation, but they could have missed it, especially with the fact that, again, it would have been a longer field goal. But he pretty much himself caused it to be a chip shot. Now, at the end of the day, Jordan Battle is a rookie, right? I've said many times I love Jordan Battle and I think he's going to be a great player in this league. But as Coach said yesterday, he responded very well to, of course, being disciplined by Lou, by Coach Taylor, and the rest of the coaching staff after making that mistake. Now, what was his punishment in the immediate, right after it happened? They took him out of the game. And I didn't realize this, but yeah, they removed him from the game for the rest of the game because of that taunting call. Sometimes, teams will be like, hey, listen, you go to the sideline, they scream at you, blah, blah, why do you do that? You can't do that, can't do that, blah, blah. But no, they were not messing around. And that really goes to show the, leadership of the Bengals is like, we're not about that, and we're not going to let you be about that. So we're going to make sure you understand that you're not playing the rest of this game. You know why you're not playing the rest of this game. Because you messed up. Because you did something that you know you shouldn't have done. So here's what he had to say about the whole entire thing. He says, I ain't never been a guy where people question his character. But obviously, getting that penalty for taunting, it can lead people to ask questions about how does this guy carry himself. Battle said, I've never been that guy, and I'll never be that guy. The penalty also led to the coaching staff to decide to remove Battle from the remainder of the game. Yeah, I'll admit it, I was a little nervous. I'll admit I was nervous, Battle said. I wasn't sure how long I'd be out. So it looks like there wasn't like a direct hey, listen, you're out for the rest of the game. It was more or less like, you know what? Get on the sideline, don't talk to us, sit over there and realize what you did was wrong, right? Battle should be a vital depth player for the Bengals defense this season. After a successful career in Tuscaloosa, Tuscaloosa. I always say this name wrong. And to the point of, look it up. I can look this name up and I will still say it incorrectly. I know how to say it in my head, but when I say it out loud, I always say it incorrectly. And some turnover at the safety position for Cincinnati. It's only a matter of time before he hears his name called to come up in a big spot during this season. If anything, this only makes me feel more confident in his abilities moving forward. And I agree with that. At the end of the day, messing up as a rookie, especially in preseason, that is expected. No one expects you to go out in preseason as a rookie and be the best player in the world, okay? No one does. No one expects you to go out there and, be literally perfect in every way possible. But at the same time, though, it's not about making mistakes. Making mistakes is human nature. That is part of life, period. It's how you respond to mistakes. I think the best quote I've ever heard about life is not about making mistakes. It's how you respond to those mistakes. So, as he says right here, yeah, he messed up. He should have been better. As he says that, he's never been a guy who's made people look at him and say, I wonder how that guy is. I wonder what his character's like. I wonder how, he is as a person. Because Battle has always presented himself and shown that he is a good guy. He is a great player. He is a great person. So this little moment, while yes, it's small, is a good learning moment of moving forward, this can't happen. Because I'm going to tell you right now, this is preseason, right? If you do stuff like that in a regular season game and they get 3 points off of your mistake, there's a lot more punishment coming your way than just you're getting benched for the rest of the game. And it is what it is. But again, this type of stuff is the new NFL, and I will say overall wise, I still don't like the taunting calls, and I still think taunting is such a stupid penalty in the NFL. I mean, now to a point where literally, if you do anything, it's a penalty. I mean, you go back to if you ever have the time, go back and watch the Steelers versus Bears game. I think it was last year or 2 years ago. It's one of the two. Last year, the year before that. It was ridiculous. The Bears had the Steelers stopped. They were going to get the ball back and win the game, and then they called a taunting call because the middle linebacker for the Bears was at the middle of the field. Middle of the field, right? He looked over at the Steelers bench. That's all he did. He didn't say anything. He didn't verbally say anything. He didn't point. He didn't, gesture. He just looked at the Steelers bench, and they said, that's 15 yards right there. And it gave the Steelers, in the end, the win. Because he looked at the bench. This is why, again, I really do not like the taunting calls. I think taunting is very, very childish when they call it because it opens up Pandora's box, right? At the end of the day, you can make a taunting call for anything, really. Well, when you were getting up, you looked at the quarterback. Well, I was just looking in that general direction. Nope, you were looking at him because you just sacked him. And that's taunting right there. You taunted him by looking at him. There's so many different... It's such a vague... there's no actual exact definition. And I guess you could make that same argument with roughing the passer and a lot of other flags in the NFL, right? That's there's no exact, concrete, this is what the penalty is. It's a very loose penalty. It's a very loose term when it comes to what they can and cannot call. I mean, technically speaking, in the grounds of how it's written, taunting could be literally anything. You could throw a glove in the air and it hits next to a player, and that's taunting. So, to a certain degree, like I said before, when I saw that it was a taunting call, this is one of those things I will say, though, in Jordan Battle's defense here, that taunting is a lot better than an unsportsmanlike conduct call, right? Where you punch a player, hit a player, lower your shoulder into a guy, right? Those type of penalties, then you're okay, this guy might have behavior issues, right? Rather than just, a typical, okay, he was taunting because he got cocky and arrogant and he wanted to show off versus the guy. So, again, like I said, at the end of the day, he's going to learn from this. He's going to get better. And as Coach said, he responded very well. And that's all you can do in life. It's not about the mistakes you make or what you do, to a certain degree. It's about how you respond to all those things. And that builds your character, shows the person you are, and clearly won't make that mistake in the future. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.